Good morning, everyone. This is Rafecal. We are playing some more Pokémon Reborn, and today we are heading out to do some more traditional Pokémon catching. We're gonna start off by talking to Sandy. Got a new report from the good folks out in Traintown. One of the folks was out on a hike at Technite Ridge and saw one of those New World doors. It was pretty high up, so you may take a solid stroll through the mountains to reach it. But it'd be for the best for someone to get up there and give it a check before something bad happens. I wonder what it'll be this time. Giratina? Rayquaza? Necrozma? What do you think, Rafe? Could it be Necrozma? Or you think I could rock a Necrozma? Not exactly my style, but who cares? Maybe I'll try going back to field work long enough to find one. I suspect we're not going to be finding a Necrozma, and I say that largely because, you know, I have a write-up on what we're potentially finding. We are... Oh, actually... Yeah, that should be fine. See if we can get out through here. I can never remember exactly how the desert navigation works. Hey, it's a bunch of stuff we never actually got. We want to mess with that right now? I really don't think I do, but good reminder that we may need to come back there at some point. I believe Technite Ridge is up here. I think for this section we want... Yeah, we'll just leave Magnetic Lure on. And I'll just use one Max Repel to get us through the ridge at least. Again, we're going to be actually catching wild Pokemon in this section, not just encountering legendaries and doing trainer battles. So we have a very different team than we've been using. Which I guess I could also quick show off our new... we've got Melisma, powerful special attacker that I apparently have the wrong nature on. We'll fix that. One of the things I've been working on is grinding out nature mints. But very straightforward. Spatial Rend and Hydro Pump are their primary things, and then Aura Sphere, Earth Power. And we've got Toby, our dark guy, who has Dark Pulse, of course. We've got Sludge Bomb. That's good coverage for the fairy types that are good into dark. Psychic, good into the fighting types that are good into dark. And Dark Void, which puts things to sleep, and his Darkrai's signature move. Also has a crappy nature. Like I said, we'll be fixing that. Do I have... I do. I just didn't use them. Shifting draft winds through the peaks. I don't know where I'm going now that I'm here. So I guess we just hope that we can find what we're looking for. If we have to activate the wind, this could be another step. I'm a little surprised that didn't kill, but Mandibuzz is pretty bulky. That actually is good, because that does answer my question. I do have the wind active, so I can make those longer jumps right now. But I don't think that actually helps our situation. However, it does mean that I can toss another repel down. This place has always been really obnoxious to navigate, just because you have the constant bonking. And of course there's two entirely different sections of it. Which, this section is a lot narrower. If I was going to be a door, I guess I'd be here. Maybe. Well, there's a door. Okay. Well, if it isn't my favorite champion. Always a pleasure. The view here is uniquely beautiful. I was just enjoying a rare moment of serenity. I'd come to do my part to help contain the anomalies. With everything required by managing the city, I haven't found the time to be able to... I would have liked to be able to join you all. This opportunity was welcome, but then when I got here, well, it's as you see. Just a shimmering pool of nearly still starlight. A few shadows stirring below the surface, but not much else. Hardly anything that needs containing. Maybe something will appear here in the future. But for now, just this. A time to breathe. I've had a few precious few of those recently. I feel as though every time I blink, the world has left me behind all over again. So much is always happening, and I want to be there for it. But I also crave these moments of stillness. Like some part of me is still frozen in time. First, I hated the idea I'd lost so many years. I still do, of course. But yet, perhaps I would do it again, to have the chance to step into the future, to make sure that the world is still on the right track. It's been an unforgettable, sublime experience, if a stressful one. I have all of these desires, so much I want to do, so many people I want to help. If I could, I would sit down with every single person, listen to all of their troubles. I would like to move the world for every person I meet, but I can't. I don't have the privilege of eternity. I'm sure everyone else would like to do the same, and I'm not special. I have to humble myself, accept my limitations, rein in my ambitions, and breathe. I don't know how anyone does it. Even now, I have another 2 meetings waiting for me. I should get going. Thank you for listening, and for your efforts, and for everything else. I hope I see you again the next time I blink. And I think that's it for the story in this section right now. So... the note about dark shapes moving beneath is because there are cosmogs that you can fish up here. Cosmog is apparently a weenie. As far as I know, there's not a limit on this. So I'm going to assume that accidentally getting a kill there is okay. I don't want to use... since we're just doing wild catching, I don't want to use our very time-consuming reborn balls. I think I've got my notes here. I believe we're going to need 23 more total reborn balls. Well, that might put a damper on my plan. I was gonna try and do this the honest way, but considering that this is less of what I thought it was gonna be, I did not realize they started with teleport, and that's a whole different can of worms. I don't know if there are any other encounters here. Okay. The first one was guaranteed because we have the magnetic lure on. Cosmog evolves into Cosmium, which evolves into either Solgaleo or Lunala. We are going to be evolving both of those after this, and we're going to be using one of them. I'm honestly tempted to try and use both, because they are good. Okay. My favorite. Because I'm a monster. Celesteela is one of the more defensive Ultra Beasts. Along with Stakataka, who we're going to use to try and catch it. There we go. It is very bulky. Steel flying type is pretty unique, and while it does still have a lot of weaknesses, it's pretty good. And as a Ultra Beast Pokemon, it has that weird niche where it tends to have a good variety of moves, where it's... What's the best way to put that? It gets a bunch of... It has a, like, weird, like, tertiary typing, kind of, where it gets a bunch of grass-type moves, because it has that look of bamboo. Actually, I do want to leave the magnetic lure in front so I can guaranteed run away. So, we're looking for one more Pokemon here. And it is one we already have. I just wanted one because I'm curious if it is usable. Which, at this point, I don't think it is. But it's enough of a curiosity. I'll try a few times, at least. So this place has a lot of the Ultra Beasts. That's just a Bruxition space, sure. This place is so weird. Like, the catch list is very out there, but it does give you... Uh-oh. That's another one that I've been meaning to, like... Maybe I need to put Hakamo'o into my roster. I literally just finished planning, like which Pokemon I'm going to be using, so I probably won't do that. You know, but we do have our, you know, quickly forming Dragon Squad. Which we're going to be adding, you know, we just got Palkia. And we're going to be adding, like, Reshiram and Zekrom and all of those. I'm not going to worry too much. So, just to state it, there is a type null there. And type null is... Type null, we evolved, which is fine, into Savali. But I realized afterwards that Savali and type null have the same stats. Like, literally the same stats. So the unevolved version is just the same as the evolved version, except it can't use Eviolite anymore. And I was wondering if Eviolite type null would be good. I don't know. I don't know. Lunala? The way that they adjust the evolution on this, since obviously we can't evolve it in Sun or Moon, is day or night. They just made it simple. So I need to go into options, and we want to turn unrealtime on. And there's Solgaleo. So, my current plan is I don't feel like we need Solgaleo currently. We have, like, we just trained up a Jirachi, and I know that they're very different stat-wise, but they have very similar coverage. So I guess I could train up Solgaleo as just a Jirachi replacement, because they are both Psychic Steel. And Sunsteel Strike is, you know, awesome. I may have just talked myself into this. Which, if I do that, I will just straight up name that one after Samo as well. I need to see what it has for coverage moves, because Jirachi does have a lot of options as far as that goes. So Lunala is awesome. Very good special attack, pretty solid defenses and hit points overall. medium speed, but it has Shadow Shield, which is the same as like multi-scale and a few other things, where the first hit only does half damage. And Moongeist Beam is a very good ghost type move. 100 power, 100 accuracy, and ignores ability. So it basically has built-in Mold Breaker on that move. It's also got a unique Z move for it. And that's kind of the signature of these two. Full Metal Body means its stats can't be lowered. And very similar stat-wise, just physical instead of special. And then Celesteela, I had kind of talked about a little bit already, but is very bulky. And the biggest reason that it's worth having is because it is a bulky steel type with flying, which negates its fighting weakness, and it gets Leech Seed. So it is very good at being stally, in the same way that a lot of grass types are, except it has steel type instead, which is way better defensively than grass. So yeah. Those are going to be our 3 new mons that we picked up this time. Not as exciting and as some of our episodes, but you know what? We haven't had just a catching episode in a while, and I'm looking for. I'm glad to have something simple to break up the grind. As I said. I went and looked it up. We need 23 reborn balls total to catch all of the remaining Pokemon. That's how close we are to the end. We've got 23 legendaries left to catch. We've got 14 more Pokemon that I'm planning on training up. That includes Lunala. It does not include Solgaleo, so I'm gonna have to go 15. So I've been grinding in the arena to get through, to get all of the reborn balls we need for the rest of the game, all of the mints, all of the stat boosts, so that as we catch things, we can just instantly level them up, instantly, you know, give them what we need as far as stats go, and have them ready to go. Basically, this is my last grind for the game outside of potentially having to do a little bit of leveling. Which is kind of crazy given how long this game is and how much grinding I've done in it. Because yeah, we're going to end up with, based on what I was seeing, I think we've gotten 140 Pokemon trained up. Like, so that means EV trained with moves and everything that we've used. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.